So guys, last week I posted out a video in this series showing you the potential trades that I was looking at for the previous week. Some of those trades played out well if you followed them. Okay, so without wasting time, I told you guys if you don't like this kind of videos, I'll not do them again. But you guys went ahead and liked the video. You showed a lot of support, so I'm coming up to make another video. Please continue to like these videos, share them with your friends on your socials. And guys, if you've not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, guys. What are you waiting for? This channel is bringing you guys a lot of value, and I believe you guys will change your trading careers for the good if you continue to be part of this channel. So without talking so much, let's go on the charts now. I'll show you guys a recap of last week's setups, and also we'll see some setups this week that have a potential to play out. Guys, let's go into the charts and see how we can get good setups this coming week. This is the same analysis I showed you guys last week. I hope you guys can go back and check with the video because I've not changed anything here. This is exactly the same analysis that I showed you last week. Okay, so last week the market was around here. Okay, market was here like this. This is where the market was last week, and I told you that I'm expecting the market to pull back down. I was expecting the market to pull back down. As you can see, this tool, this was the movement I was expecting. I was expecting the market to pull back down, go up, and then come back down. This was my expected movement. I wanted the market to go and break above this area and then come back down, and then would get an entry around there. Okay, that is what I was expecting, and this is what happened. The market actually followed this. It went up, it pulled back down, and then this is where we'll get our entry from here. Okay, the market did go up. I was expecting that the market would go and reach this high here. Okay, this was where I was expecting the market to reach. I was expecting the market to reach up there, but the market did not reach exactly there. It just went there briefly, close to it, and then it reversed and went and stopped us out if we took a trade here. However, if you are a wise trader and you've been following what I've been telling you, you would not get stopped out here. You would have made money here, because when the trade reaches a 1-to-1, you move your stop loss into some profit, and then you trail your trade. Okay, because you can see that this setup reached let's see, it reached a 1-to-1.8, 1-to-1.8. so you would trail it at a 1-to-1, and then it would stop you at a 1-to-1. Okay, and you'd be in profit in this trade right here. But we are going to look at another entry for this week just in a moment. But let me just show you the other pairs. We looked at gold. Okay, we looked at gold here. Gold also respected our analysis. As you can see, gold also respected our analysis. Last week I showed you that I wanted gold to break above these yellow lines right here for us to get a good entry, and I told you when it breaks above this yellow line, let me show you, when it breaks above this yellow line and then pulls back down, you'd get an entry from down here, and then you take your trade. And I also told you if it breaks above this top yellow line here and pulls back down, you'd still get in. So this entire move right here, I showed you that this move here could happen for those of you who followed last week. However, this trade setup is still valid. So for next week, I want you guys to continue holding on to this setup. Okay, this setup is not yet lost. It is still in profit. As you guys can see, we are still in profit here on gold. All right, we are still in profit. So continue holding this setup, and also wait for it to come back inside the purple zone like this. If it comes back down, we are still holding the same purple zone from last week. We will still get an entry for gold to continue up like that. So that is my updated analysis for gold. We are looking for entries again for gold to go long around this area here like this. Okay, so our stop loss this time is going to be at this low here, and we're going to target a 1-to-2 like this. So this is what we'll be targeting for gold this coming week. So this is the analysis for gold for last week's recap and then the coming weeks. So let me show you guys also for German 30, because we had 3 pairs. For German 30, it is playing out so beautifully, guys. This is what I told you, and boy did this one come to a very accurate entry. Look at where this trade went on for German 30. I told you when it reaches up here and pulls back down to to this area would get an entry. And look at what happened. The candles pulled back inside there at that exact area where I'd put this entry, and then it has started going up. So this German 30 trade is still valid. We can still hold it for the coming week. So those are the trades for last week. Let me see if we can add some more trades. Let me look at GBP JPY, as some people requested for this pair. So for this one, we are going to go first of all to the weekly chart, and what I want us to do is we are going to look at how this market is behaving. So right now this market is in an uptrend. As you can see, it is very obvious that this is an uptrend like this, okay, on the weekly chart. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the most recent price action and we look at it. We can see that the most recent price action shows that GBP JPY has been moving in an uptrend for more than a month now. You can see these are like 5 consecutive bullish candles in an uptrend. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we are going to mark this candle, the bullish candle that has closed this one for last week, is what we are going to mark. We're going to mark its close on top, and we're going to mark its low at the bottom like this. Okay, so this space in between, this is where we are going to get our trades. So we are looking for trades in here next week. So let's go down to the 30 minutes chart like this. 30 minutes or 1 hour, any of those time frames can work. So this is the GBP JPY setup that we have for next week or this coming week. So what I'm waiting for, or what you guys should wait for, is we're going to be waiting for market to pull back inside here, give us some confirmation candles around here, then we can go long. I would really like it if GBP JPY breaks this previous week's highs like that, and then comes back down into the purple zone, and then rejects it with some bullish engulfing candlesticks for us to go long. So for GBP JPY, looking for buying opportunities around there, and then our stop loss is going to be at these previous lows here. Like here, we can put our stop loss around here, and then we are going to target a 1 to 2, 1 to 3 like this. Okay, so this is the setup for GBP JPY. Now let's look at another pair, just one more pair. Let's look at USD CAD, because this is also a pair that some of you were requesting for. Let's look at USD CAD. So for USD CAD, let's go to the weekly chart for USD CAD, and then we see where USD CAD is at the moment. So USD CAD has been heavily in a bullish trend here on a very higher time frame, but on the most recent weeks, USD CAD has been pushing to the downside on the weekly chart for the last 3 months. It's been moving down. So what are we looking at here? We're looking at USD CAD potentially moving lower. Why do I think it might move lower? It's because of this bullish bearish momentum that is coming in here, and also down here there is liquidity below this line, which I think USD CAD can come and take. Also, we need to consider that this area right here where USD CAD reached was an area of structure. We can say level of structure right there. Okay, so you can see that this was a resistance stand support, and now the market came and broke below it and retested it last week with this bullish candle. So we are expecting for USD CAD the market to continue that bearish momentum to this level right here. So we are going to now, since we've analyzed that this is a downtrending market for the medium term, we are now going to do our markings on the bearish candle. Why? Because it is a bearish market. So we're going to look at that bearish candle there, the most recent one, this one here. Okay, so we're going to mark that candle's high, and we're going to mark that candle's close like this. So we can see that that candle's high was violated by this bullish candle last week. This bullish candle violated that candle's high. So we have to be very careful next week when we are taking this trade. Let me show you what I'll do. Let me go down to the 30 minutes chart so that we can see how that last week's candle reacted to that area right there, so that we can be very cautious when we are taking those trades. All right, so we can see that last week's candle went above, it broke above this purple zone or that tradable zone. Okay, it broke above it, it violated it. So what we are expecting to see is if we want a continuation to the downside next week, what I want you to do is I want to wait for this market to come back down inside of this purple zone and break below the purple zone like this. After it breaks below the purple zone, then wait for it to pull back slightly into the purple zone. Then you can enter your trades to continue down. So next week we'll be looking for sells after the market has broken below this purple zone and come back into it to retest somewhere here like this. Then our stop loss is going to be up here and our take profit is going to be at a 1 to 2 like this. So for USD CAD, this is a complicated entry, but I want you to see different scenarios so that you can see how you can go about this when the market shows you this. So this is what I am looking at for USD CAD next week. It's a short trade when this happens. Okay, so guys, that is the update for next week. Hope you guys like this. Support by like the video, share this video, and subscribe to the channel if you've not subscribed. Guys, let's push together. Thank you guys, and see you in profit.